my router is on one side of the house, and this is the entire other side.
Well, we're live now, so
Huh.
welcome everyone to the Pretzels Podcast. We have a shorter list actually than we did last week of topics, but hopefully we'll be able to talk about them even more. And to start us off, I'll start us off on a positive note, just a bit of promotion we've got going on. Queenie, a popularish YouTuber, Pro Gamergator, started OP Thank You, which is a project she's running right now, a video collaboration of whoever wants in, just sort of saying the positive things that Gamergate has done for them and the positive communities they found through Gamergate, just chatting about that, and she's basically going to make a big video collaboration of everyone saying a big thank you to everyone else in Gamergate. So I just thought I'd give that a quick plug for as OP thank you. What do you guys think about that? Think it's a good idea? Think it's a terrible idea?
It sounds good. Good.
It's important, definitely. It's important because the for some reason after all that happened, there's still aggros going around throwing around Gamergate accomplished nothing ever. Then nothing ever happened, and they state that in dead seriousness. There is actually people that do that.
We show them proof that actually no, we have done things. Sorry, right now I'm throwing up promotional stuff because I'm a shameless shill. Hello, are you guys still there?
Yes, of course, still there.
Okay. Just you were being all of a sudden very quiet. I wasn't sure exactly what was going on.
I was waiting for I was waiting for our guest to say something on that. Okay.
Matthew, you still there? Okay, looks like we seem to have temporarily lost our guest. That's
okay.
A bit of a problem, but
aside from that, there's this thing I just sent you. This is also a bit of a picture that sort of summarizes a lot of the things that that when discussing with the other side, people will conveniently omit.
Yeah. For those of you who are listening, it's the big list that's on 8chan of everything we've accomplished pretty much so far. I don't know how often it gets
so
updated.
far. It's really just December and January.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I don't know how often it gets updated. I mean, we have accomplished more, but it doesn't seem to be updated. So if you guys, if any of you admin on the 8chan page, update the list. We have more things that we have done. So yeah. On to now we have two guests.
Welcome, both Matthews.
Okay, so now I'm using phone internet.
Ah, yes, perfect. The
I
most
think my webcam
reliable.
went on there for a second.
For a brief second, yeah. Don't worry, we will wait at least 3 months before we dox you from that image. We can tell.
I don't have a Facebook page anywhere, and I don't think any updated pictures of me exist on the internet anyway, so it doesn't matter.
It'd be very, very easy to dox me, but honestly, I'm a student. I move house a lot, so good luck. I'm pretty sure all my documents are like 2 addresses behind. Okay.
I don't even care if someone doxes me, because really nothing's gonna happen. Of course I'll be mad, but I mean, like...
They may send you some unsavory things in the mail.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true. But the thing is, I have, technically I live at 2 houses.
Yeah, well then there you go. Just make sure that you make sure each and every unidentified package isn't ticking, and you should be good.
Oh, okay. I haven't gone to the other house in.
I'm also not really scared of that kind of thing. I've deliberately let out a trail for them to follow if they wanted to.
You see,
I mean, if they want to dox anyone, that's just more ammo for us. Really.
Yeah, indeed. Especially if they start doxing the smaller people like us, that'll show that they're
Oh yeah.
getting desperate. That'll show that they're really getting desperate. Okay,
I mean, they've
so
been desperate in the beginning.
well, yeah, but I mean, it definitely swung. It looked like it was going to swing their way at one point, but we managed to claw it back.
Uh huh.
Well, it definitely around the time of oh, when was it? It was probably when the first sort of wave of media blitz hit us. I think that's when a lot of people had doubts that we
Yeah,
would win.
Monday Matt made a video of that,
Hmm.
of something like that. That was a
Wait,
while ago,
what?
though.
That was a while
Uh,
ago.
it was basically. Hold on, let me try to find that. It was like November, I think.
Hmm. It was
Let me search this.
basically it looked bad, but we clawed it back. I mean, hats
Yeah.
off. We done good. We done good. Um, shall we move on to the next big topic? And this one is definitely one of the big ones, and
Yeah.
that is what's on everyone's lips. The Pinsoff interviews on Tech Raptor.
Oh, and I found the video. I'll just put that in the chat.
Oh,
I
cool.
believe it's that.
Awesome. Yes.
Okay, the Pinsoff interview.
Yeah, the Pinsoft interview. So,
Probably it started this train of events probably started happening some days before when you remember from early Gamergate times the JTO what is it called, JTO? No, SFO, short fat otaku, had those videos published that Camera Lady had dug up. You know, this information from Camera Lady that he compiled into videos that he then had to take down because as of how it was currently, he couldn't have them online because doing that would be illegal. So now then in January now he got the pro Gamergate lawyers. Yes, there seem to be lawyers that are pro Gamergate.
Huh?
Got stuff together to allow him to put that video back online, the one on Phil Fish,
hmm,
and shortly later, Alistair Pinsoff made it public and said he's going to go to Tech Raptor and give some information. And the way he usually is, always in a constant limbo between my conscience tells me I should come clean, but if I come clean, then they will then oh no to harassment. Um,
hmm.
and then okay, he at least he made the step. He went to Tech Raptor.
Well, he went public. He retracted them later, but honestly, I feel that doesn't matter quite so much. Like he's inside those circles. He's still inside those circles. He came out to Tech Raptor. He was probably getting a shit ton of heat for doing that. Like he was probably getting a lot of heat through doing that. I mean,
Props to him.
hats off to him for coming out because he was sort of in the belly of the beast when he did that. So hats off for doing it. I like a lot of people say I wish he'd stuck to his guns a little bit more, but
Yeah. That would have been nice.
we don't know. I mean, we don't know exactly what was happening on the other end. We don't know exactly, like, we don't know if this Pinsoff guy has kids that they were threatening, or
Oh
threatening
yeah.
other family members. We don't know exactly what was happening on the other side. Um, so I wouldn't be quick to judge him just due to the retractions. But at the end of the day, he came out, he did the interview, he gave us a lot of good information that we can assume is fairly factual, especially given the fact that he had to retract them later. Right?
He doesn't really have a reason to lie.
Exactly. We already thought he was a dick. Why would you Why would you throw out the only
Yourself
people that are
under the bus.
supporting you? Exactly. Why would you throw out the only people that are supporting you now of all times and side with the enemy
Plus, he
if it wasn't
explicitly
true?
said, didn't he explicitly say he wasn't a Gamergator?
Yes, I'm pretty sure he did. But at the same time, he did do a lot of help with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And,
any
did you read the first? I read the first two. I didn't really go through the third one
uh,
yet.
honestly, I've been so busy. I read halfway through the first one, and then I listened to Sox's sort of summary of him on the news show. But yeah, I have a fair idea of what's inside it, but I need to at some point sit down and properly read through them. I've just been
I
here,
didn't
there, and
read the third
everywhere.
one. The first two were basically confirming the indie festival videos,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and then adding that the content of Fez wasn't even self-made. It was made by three people, two of which never got money for it.
Yeah, yeah,
Wait, really?
that's some bullshit.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
That's
stealing.
that's why the content is stolen. Stuff went around.
That's even worse than I thought.
And I feel really, really, really bad because I own Fez. Like, Fez is in my Steam library, and whenever I look at
No,
that, I think, oh god, I've
I've
supported
never
a
owned it.
complete a dickbag.
Apparently, the game mechanic is stolen, and the music is stolen.
I don't have any. Well, I have a few indie games, but that's about it. I
And the
don't play indie.
corresponding tone of it the corresponding tone of the corresponding code of the game mechanics is stolen.
So what exactly did Phil Fish do? Like, okay, he coded how the game looked.
And that's it?
Was that about it? Like,
Just the
Probably,
graphics?
apparently.
because according to this, he did not do the music. So all the sound. Well, did he do the sound effects as well? That might have been something he did. But the music apparently wasn't him, as well as the main game mechanic, which is the main selling point of that game. He didn't do? Question mark.
I guess they see it. I guess they like to relativize it because what generally happens is a bunch of people get together and make a game. Then they get into a fight, separate. One of them keeps the content. That's essentially
Yeah.
what happened.
Mm. That's
That seems fairly likely to me.
One of them keeps the content without asking. So essentially, he stole it.
Well, if you guys didn't have a reason to dislike Phil Fish, now you do. Although saying that, if you didn't have a reason to dislike Phil Fish, I'd have to question your sanity. But yeah,
Yes. I just
If you
got to
didn't at
remember
least dislike, if you didn't at least dislike his face,
well, yeah, he is a very punchable face in my opinion. Like,
oh yeah,
have
better
you?
not say that because then don't forget there's always among the viewers there's always one that's an aggro quote miner
Oh,
and
right.
oh I'm sorry. Phil Fish's face is amazing.
Phil Fish is a
terrible.
wonderful person, and we all love him dearly.
He's a very good thief.
He's a
I
Props
just
to him
gotta
for stealing.
he's a
I just
he's a
gotta remind you of that interview with Phil Fish. I think it's from Indie Game the Film. I don't know.
I think that's it.
Where he
That sounds
said
right.
I expect the brutal honesty that comes from gamers. And then when people criticized Fez, he went on this huge meltdown.
Wait, is that
Wow.
actually something he said? I expect the brutal honesty of gamers. Oh, fuck
Essentially,
off, Phil
yes.
Fish. Fuck off.
What an idiot.
That I don't find so bad. I find really bad that in combination with the meltdown later on.
Have you seen the video footage of him recently DJing at a party? He looks
No.
honestly. I felt bad for him for a second because he looks like a broken man. It made me go like, oh, well,
Oh.
looks like money wasn't everything. Hmm.
Probably he's being there's people making fun of him from Gamergate, and there's all sorts of people probably giving him shit from anti-Gamergate as well.
Well, probably. I mean, suck my dick, choke on it. I mean, if
No,
that
I mean,
isn't if that isn't slightly misogynist, I don't really know what the fuck is.
well, it's not. It doesn't specify the gender of the addressee, so I mean, or the recipient.
Well, look, it's the patriarchy, basically, is what I'm saying.
And what I mean is he was involved in this. This, you know, now we absolutely know without a doubt. Well, of course, we actually knew beforehand, but now we legally know that he was involved in a massive thing. He was involved in a massive racketeering incident, and probably
And now
there
we've
were
only just
people.
uncovered it.
No, we've uncovered it ages ago. We just weren't legally allowed to know it.
Oh,
We
right.
weren't allowed to disclose it, and if anyone asked, we did not know about it. Cough, cough.
Yes, and the thing is, he's probably so there was a lot of money that depended on him not making mistakes. So he was probably getting shit people that are anti-Gamergate, and generally,
Hmm.
he was involved in a massive scam that depended on no one fucking up, and he fucked up.
He done fucked up.
Literally.
Okay.
Well, yes, also, but not really.
Well, yes, that is Phil. I'm sorry, I'm still trying to get over the concept of Phil Fish being a DJ at a party. Like, look at your set list, then look at mine. Now kill yourself. For those of you who don't get what I'm saying, I am quoting Phil Fish, by the way. I'm not just saying horrible things. I feel like I
Was
need
he
to
directing
clarify
that at
that.
a specific person?
He was directing that at people who were quote unquote trolling him. The actual quote is, "Look at your life, now look at mine, now kill yourself." But, oh,
Just
you're
for
just
trolling?
I believe so. Like, damn, dude, it's pretty harsh.
That guy is sensitive.
Yeah, he really is. Right, shall we move on to the next happenings?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Next happening that I have down is the Brianna Wu interview with Hatman, the Pro GG YouTuber Hatman, who did a playthrough of Revolution 16. Now, the interview, they said explicitly they would not be talking about Gamergate, and Hatman made very clear, leave Gamergate at the door when you listen to the interview, and they were exclusively talking about Revolution 60. Now, I'm not that interested in Revolution 60. But what I'm
Me neither.
interested in is this is the first time that I'm aware of that she's come out and actually done an interview with a critic of her game. And that critic just happens to be a member of Gamergate? Why would she do
Yeah.
this?
I think she's losing it.
Should probably a reality check in between. Because if you look at the post, the post from Frank Wu, you know that shortly after Frank Wu's big Facebook post that got handed around, the game got greenlit, and it didn't before. It just wouldn't get greenlit before. And that post really contained basically this: we need help now. We are the good guys. I think they even call us the evil ones. And
Really?
if you don't have a Steam account, make one. If you don't have a Steam account, make one now and upvote that game because our livelihood depends on it. And then suddenly the game got greenlit.
Well, it's not actually been greenlit. It's on greenlight right now for clarification. So
No, I mean it got the votes. It is greenlit now.
oh, it is actually heading
Oh,
towards
it is?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's kind of shitty.
Yes.
Well, saying that,
That's either
so what I
a
mean is,
really good thing or a really bad thing.
well,
it's
look,
going to flop. We
I
know
was
it's going to
Because
flop.
everyone's gonna know how crappy of a game it is.
I was getting to the actual point.
Oh
Those
yeah.
people are upvoting it for the sake of it being upvoted. Firstly, not all of them are going to buy it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Secondly, those who do buy it are going to spend that money on that, and later have less money to spend on damsling Patreon dollars.
Do that.
So, and of that money that they pay into that game, Valve gets a cut. So it's a minus overall. But essentially, I guess the reason why she decided to do that is a reality check. She noticed that people who buy games on Steam are generally going to find it disconcerting to find the representatives of that game to be associated with people who are against quality checks, who are against holding a game up to scrutiny. So
Hmm.
she wanted to have an interview with people who do support scrutiny in hopes
I
of getting some plus points for it.
I just find it funny
Hmm.
that it was a Gamergator she decided to go on. But you're right, like, a lot of the people voting it are voting it for political reasons, not for video game reasons. And due to that, they're probably not going to actually purchase the game when it comes out.
And if she
Because
wants
they don't
to,
care about video games.
Well, yeah,
yes,
they're
and
voting it just to get it on the Steam store page.
if she wants the game to sell, then it has to then it has to be shown to people who are willing to buy games and play games.
Personally, I'm not that bothered. Oh, sorry. Yawning. It's been a long day. I personally am not that bothered about Revolution 60. Like, if it gets on Steam and it does well, then okay, that's fine by me.
Good for her.
It doesn't bother me quite so much because it's another video game amongst many, and if it does well, then that's just another video game that's done well. Um, the issue arises, I think, I personally don't care if they make their own games and they promote their own games and they sell their own games to themselves. I have issues when they start censoring existing games, like they did with GTA 5, where
Oh
they
yeah.
got it banned from
Yes.
Target in Australia because of things that don't actually exist in the game. I think that's where I draw the line. I don't know. How do you guys feel? Do you think would you really be that bothered if this game did well, or would it really, really piss you off?
I wouldn't really care.
You don't really care?
I don't think it will do well.
Well, no.
I find it just confusing that she has among aggros that she even has supporters for this game. Upon watching the trailer, I find it confusing.
Well, yeah. She actually just we may as well talk about the Steam and Revolution 60 a little bit more. We know that she's planning on changing the female models in the game. Now, why she's doing this, we kind of already know. It's because of the harsh, harsh backlash that she's got from us when we sort of said, wait a minute, wait a minute. You're saying that all women have, like, ridiculous body proportions in all video games, and yet you made this where they look
Yes.
like Barbie dolls.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yes,
That's just
wide
ridiculous.
hips, thin waists, wide chests,
Oh, yeah.
and pouted lips with lipstick, and long hair, and skin tight suits,
It's
and they
basically a
fight.
checklist. It's a goddamn
They-
checklist. You can
They,
tick them all
they
off.
It's not just that, and she wields guns and jumps around. She's the epitome of, as Anita Sarkeesian calls it, the fighting fuck toy.
They really are. And it's
This
all
isn't
And
the
good.
characters as well are
not
like
just
that.
that, not just that. If you watch the trailer and listen to the dialogue, look at the text. If you were to replace all the female characters with male characters, you wouldn't just not see the difference. It would make more sense if you look at each line by line, and that is also a Sarkeesian trope called I think Mrs. Male Character.
Mm.
A female character that isn't really a female character because they talk like male characters, they act like male characters. They're really just a male character with a female body.
So basically, they got a bunch of shit through that, and because of that, she's decided to change the female models. Now, I'll be very interested to see what she changes them to. I think we're all going to be highly critical and very.
Yeah.
We're gonna lay on the scrutiny as soon as she does, which
And
should be done.
another thing that's just people keep making jokes about firing up their PlayStation 1 and being shocked about what a reboot the reboot series got.
Mm.
It looks worse than Bubsy 3D.
Well, I don't know
Okay,
if I
let's
go
be
that
fair.
far. Bubsy,
Let's be fair. It doesn't look worse than Bubsy 3D. Let's be fair.
Bubsy
Well, actually,
3D
it doesn't.
horrible. Like
Bubsy 3D looks pretty good.
Bubsy
I
3D
mean, bad.
was cancer of the eye.
Oh yeah,
It
definitely.
really did. It looked
And
horrible.
that came out how many months after Super Mario 64? A few months.
Yeah, it wasn't that long.
After, yes.
It was like 6 months or something.
Mm. Yeah, basically. Yeah, it looks like a PS1 game. It does. And
Yeah.
saying that, I can even list a couple of PS1 games that look better. But at the end of the day, I think we're all gamers here. We all know that graphics don't make games, but apparently the mechanics don't make
definitely.
games in that either. So, don't really know what she has to lean back on when it comes to that game. I just think that Revolution 60 was plagued by overambition. Like, I'm pretty sure this was her first game, and I think so anyway. And she
I think
decided
So
to
think
go.
if it was given the trailer also says if it was given some proper work, proper game mechanics, proper dialogue, maybe not just be Mary Sue the game, then it would probably be a really good one.
It looks like it looks like it's a really good idea, and I think that if we just critique the game in of itself and take the politics out of it, I think it's just plagued by overambition.
Yeah.
I think it started with smaller projects, doing smaller, less ambitious ones, and she shelved Revolution 60 for a while until she had the team behind her and the resources behind her to have a proper go at it. I think it would have been a good game, but as it is, it's not. It's most definitely not a good game. Oh, and that brings me to another question about the last one. I'm pretty sure about Brianna Wu and Revolution 60. I don't know if you guys noticed, but she posted on the forums for Revolution 60. I'm pretty sure when it was still in Greenlight, specifically asking, is the developer of the game Brianna Wu a terrible person? She started that up as a
Yes.
thread on the Steam.
I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Oh, it's very easy to explain.
It's her trying to stir up controversy
Yes.
to gain attention, hoping
It's-
that people buy the game then.
It's
She
bait,
complains about the harassment and she instigates it.
so that she can then complain about it. She can get more monies on the Patreons. It's like
How do people
it's a
how
cycle.
do people see her as a good person?
I don't know. I really don't know. It makes no sense to me. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you. Also, I feel good because I have a higher Steam level than Brianna Wu, so that was nice.
What's her Steam level?
Her Steam level, she's only level 5, and I'm level 11.
Oh, I'm like level 10.
Yeah.
10, 11, somewhere around that.
I don't
Turns
play
out
that much
also-
Steam.
Out
don't
of
think it-
curiosity, I looked through her library, just out of curiosity, because like, okay, well, what games does the progressive social justice warrior play? And I found she owns Gone Home, and she owns Mirror's Edge. Which isn't... Mirror's Edge and Gone Home, I own both of them too. I quite enjoyed both of them. But the thing that confused me, she constantly complains that, well, female characters aren't represented in video games. And she owns both of these, and she has not played them. I checked. 0.0 hours
Oh.
left. So Brianna, if you ever listen to this, you own games that are centered around female characters, but you have not played them, and then you go out to say there's no female characters in video games. You own 2 of them. They are in your library. I don't get it. I don't get it.
It's just, jeez.
It could be company policies. I don't know who her company is affiliated with, but depending on which ones they are, it could be like she could be forced to have purchased those games for representative reasons.
Possibly. But and also
There are
she
plenty.
played online for a while. That was quite something. But yeah, go on, Matthew.
But there are plenty of games that have strong female characters. Let me look at my library. Let's see.
Oh yeah, no, I was
Bleed.
thinking those.
That's a small indie game.
Mm.
Main character's a woman. It's a really good game. It's kind of like Mega Man in a way. Let's see. Uh,
See, now we circle joke about games for a while. It's great. Quality non-content.
I guess Elder Scrolls kind of counts.
Well, yeah, that. You can have pretty much
Fallout
any
3.
gender you want and any race you want. Except Toaster. You can't have Toaster.
Oh.
So 7 out
The
of 10.
Legend of Heroes: Trails in the Sky. That one's a pretty good game.
Oh
Good
yeah, no,
female characters.
there are shit tons of games with female characters in it, and they just
Portal?
they look over them. Exactly, they look over them because it doesn't fit the narrative they want. They want to push the idea that women are misrepresented, that women are ignored
even
or
Civ.
marginalized. Oh yeah,
Even Civ has good female characters.
actually,
My favorite civilization is Byzantium.
speaking
Theodora.
specifically of Civ, that was the game apparently Brianna Wu played the most at 143 hours or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, but underneath that, at second most, was Peggle. I feel that says it all, really. Peggle.
Peggle?
Peggle.
What's Peggle?
You're not familiar
I
with
don't know
Peggle?
what that is.
It's
No.
No, I have no idea what it is.
it's a casual-ish game where basically there's tons and tons of pegs on the screen. You shoot a marble at them to try and knock them down. The more you knock down, the more points you get. 10 out of 10.
Would play again.
So the usual interactive screensaver.
Pretty much. It's just
And Valkyria Chronicles. That one has very good female characters.
Well, there's female characters at the Wazoo. They ignore them because it
Yeah,
doesn't
I
fit the
know.
narrative. Anyway, shall we move on from that to a little bit more Greenlight news, but not Brianna Wu or Revolution 60 related, which is
A
Rogue
good game?
Star. Well, maybe, hopefully. I don't want to say a good game because I don't know. None of us know.
Does it look like a good game so far?
Looks interesting, and that is
like
Revolution 60. Revolution 60 is right now on Greenlight. Not Revolution 60, fuck's sake. It's Brianna Wu's on my fucking brain, God.
I got confused there for a second.
It's the brainworms. God, no. Rogue Star's game, Fleet. That's what I was actually talking about. Ignore what I said before. Cut it out. Yeah,
Distracted from
Rogue Star's game. Fleetcom is right now on Greenlight. Looks like it looks interesting. It reminds me of was it Star Drive or something that came out a while ago. 2D space game that with lots of lasers.
Like a Japanese shooter? Shoot 'em up? Side scrolling?
Not quite.
It's not side
quite.
scrolling. It's more free roamy sort of stuff. But
Yes.
I need to check that out.
yeah,
I never
definitely.
even know he was.
Got
I didn't even know he was
the-
making a game.
I posted
Oh.
the link to put it in the infobar
There we
later.
go.
There we
I
go.
see that.
And the thing is, as seeing as who we are, we don't need to encourage people to make Steam accounts because most of those who hear and read stuff from us already do have one.
Yeah. So if you
This thing's
If
really
you-
crazy.
well, no, have a look at it. Don't upvote it for political reasons because we don't want to be just.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the trailer.
Upvote it if you want to actually see it. Personally, I know I did because I don't know, it looks interesting. It reminds me of another game that I liked. But think about it, have a look, consider it if you want it.
I like-
upvote.
I don't really like the really fast-paced games, typically. I usually go for much slower-paced games like Civ, Valkyrie Chronicles.
Oh, I'm just finding something.
Oh, you just found something? Did you find
Okay,
a
yes.
thing?
Later.
Ooh, later. I'm excited now. It usually means good things are happening. Okay, so on from Greenlight. We'll leave Greenlight behind. Steam is no more. We move on to David Gallant, spewing shit at TB. And TB responded, actually. And we managed to smack him down quite gloriously. Which, I don't know. Do you ever think that anyone's going to actually... I'm not going to say get through to TB, but actually make an argument that TB cannot refute? Because so far,
he's pretty sharp.
So far, they've tried and failed repeatedly. Like Extra Credits tried and failed. David Gallant tried, failed.
TB is as professional as it gets, and by professional, I don't just mean he makes money off of it. He's really a professional on it. You can't. If there is a correct point, if there is an incorrect point to be made, you can't confuse TB into agreeing.
No, he will point you out on your shit. So, yeah, I'm still amazed that they're still trying to go after TB. Like, one of the most influential game reviewers on the planet right now, due to his massive following on YouTube.
I don't find it surprising at all. What's supposed to be surprising about it?
I'm just surprised they keep doing it. I mean, it's like, definition of insanity. It's doing the same thing over and over again.
He is essentially the pro. He wasn't vocally pro Gamergate in the beginning, not really.
No, and they pushed him
now, but he was essentially the proto Gamergater, in a way. He was he really shows them up. They have their practices. He has his, and he just does everything so much more professionally. He gets into his work. He knows what he's talking about. He plays the games he talks about. He talks about them with the aforementioned brutal honesty.
And if it's a paid event, he fucking discloses it.
Yes, he is someone who does his job, and they are not, and people can see that. So of course they're going to antagonize him sooner or later.
I get they would go after him. I'm just surprised they are still trying to.
Because the common argument that anti-Gamergaters have always made is that what we demand, ethical standards, disclosure of potential otherwise corrupt practices, that is unreachable. That it is draconian. It is impossible to maintain. And with TB, you have someone who does maintain it. Well, so of course they're going to want to take him down somehow.
It's because they're just so used to that lifestyle, is that they just can't imagine anything without it.
I think something we have to keep in mind is they are right. Having full non-biased reviews to anything is impossible, but it does not mean the pursuit of it is unjust in any way. We should still pursue.
You can get pretty close to very unbiased reviews.
You can get very close to it, and I think that's something we should pursue. And if you can't be unbiased, if you cannot do it, either disclose exactly what relationship's going on, or exempt yourself from whatever it is you're writing about. And this goes for more than just video games.
IGN did that recently.
Yeah, I saw that. And hats off to IGN.
Did they come out with their... I thought they were in the middle of making their ethics policy.
They've made their ethics policy.
Oh, okay.
They've already started enforcing it. There is still stuff that is dug up recently about IGN. They're not completely off the radar, but they have definitely won a lot of positive points from Gamergate.
They've taken some serious steps in the right direction, so fucking hats off to you, and hopefully we see that continue from IGN. And hopefully then other companies will sort of think, all we have to do is disclose stuff, and then, Gamergate will leave us alone. Oh, let's just fucking do that then. It's easier than putting up with this SJW bullshit.
I guess another example for why they're why they hate TB would be imagine they were instead a group of southern state American farming companies that use slavery. And their constant argument when people demand for ending it is that it's draconian. You can't run a profitable farm without slaves. And then there's this Total Biscuit farm that runs completely without slaves, and it's still working somehow.
Still working, and not only still working, but doing better than theirs in a big way. Like,
and his channel's still growing. He gets like 4,000 subscribers a week.
Yeah,
I believe it was either a month or a week.
Because
either way, it's still good.
Back in the day, the common pro-slavery argument was always that keeping a farm profitable is impossible without slaves. So it's basically the same as with anti-Gamergate now.
Oh yeah, it really is. It's if anything, they're using draconian arguments against us, and it always comes back to the whole authoritarian, libertarian arguments. And that's why we just don't see eye to eye. And I genuinely think that's why Gamergate on a whole is more liberal. We genuinely think that not everyone is an asshole.
Do they even realize they're so authoritarian?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think they do.
They genuinely feel like if there's a harmful message out there, if there's a bad message out there, it will harm society and humanity in a serious way. So that's how they justify censorship to themselves.
They do get uncomfortable when you call them not just authoritarians but Puritans. They don't like being called Puritans.
Oh, they are
Puritans. They're basically Puritans. What they are, but in a religious but Puritans is in a religious context, and for some reason they have this emotional component to being against religion.
There's zealots.
You could almost say anti-religious zealots to them.
Oh yeah, they really. I would say zealots. I would say they are fanatics.
Yeah, they're zealots.
I would say the only good kind of zealot is a dead zealot, because they don't contribute at all. They just spew whatever it is ideology that they've linked themselves to. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, Sargon made a video about identity erasing zealots. That was the title of it.
Identity erasing zealots.
Yeah. I'll go search that.
Do, because I would be very interested to hear that.
This one was made 3 months ago. Identity zealot erases minorities and hashtag not your shields.
Oh yeah, chuck that into the chat. It seems like a cheerful piece of listening. Perfect.
It's half an hour long.
Oh great!
Yeah, you don't have to watch it. You can always just have it running while you're doing something else.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, at school, I listen to Sargon's videos in between locker breaks.
And okay.
I recognize that box puppet.
It's that one. It's that one with Dan Olsen.
It's that intellectual idiot.
Yeah.
Without intellectual idiot, some basic gripe you can already hear in his very words. Something I always have a problem with. They always refer to non-zealots that we would have our own ideology, that we have our. And that's I always find it sort of revealing a bit, because it shows they genuinely believe you cannot think outside of an ideology. That's how strong ideologues they are.
It's concerning, to be honest. More so their mental health.
Oh yeah. Now I've come across that box puppet before, and I remember I was watching one of his videos. I think he referred to he was using a Man of Steel, the latest. I think, well, maybe not the latest, but one of the Superman films. One of the more recent ones. Yeah, it was Man of Steel. Just like quickly check.
The grim Man of Steel, the grim Superman films. Okay.
Yes, one of the Superman is now emo films, which I definitely got mixed reviews. Personally, I think they're okay. But anyway, he was referring to one of them, and he basically, I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said that, like, something along the lines of, because the police force shows up and because Superman gives himself into the police, it's the message that everyone should accept that the police run the world and that we should give in to the military power at all times. I'm just like, no, because earlier he actually went against the military regime and fought against it. He's now trying to gain trust, and it's sad when I can outsmart these so-called intellectuals. Especially, actually, just quick note, especially when Mercedes Carrera can intellectually outdo these pseudo-academics. And she's a porn star. Like, come on, people.
It's sad times when that happens, yes.
It really is.
I didn't hear about that. I didn't hear about that one in particular.
Oh no, it's just Mercedes Carrera. She's a porn star who's heavily and vocally pro-Gamergate. I follow her on Twitter, and yeah, there's times when she comes out with stuff that makes me go, why are you saying that and not these intellectual people who claim to be academics? How come you're smarter than them? What's going on? What even is life?
There's two reasons for that. A is of course the common phrase, you're not an intellectual, you just have internet access.
Oh well.
When you look at some of their videos and some of their texts, and you have this feeling that you're even with them intellectually. That's not just a feeling; that's a fact. You're even or even above them.
Well, on the internet, everyone is equal. Everyone's voice is equal.
That's one reason why, because some of them aren't even somehow big academic participants. They're just people on the internet that pretend they were. And the other reason is that some fields in academia are subverted by ideologues, and how well researched your papers are doesn't really matter. In some places, they just have to conform, and they have to be written in long, boxy sentences.
They do that specifically to try and make themselves seem more clever.
Yeah.
Just a quick note to anyone watching: big words does not make you intelligent. It makes you idiotic if you deliberately use big words just to confound your message. It makes you an asshole.
It'll make you look really stupid if everything you say has just like obscene vocabulary. Like if you use words like magnificent and you know the people.
Oh yeah.
It's ridiculous vocabulary.
It's ridiculous because like it a lot of the times as someone who has a large vocabulary, it honestly sounds like a 12-year-old got hold of a thesaurus and just thought I'll spruce up my essay for school. That's what a lot of it reads like. It's painful sometimes.
It's not bad having a vocabulary, just don't speak like that all the time.
Yeah. Having a big vocabulary is a good thing to have. Like, I can use words like anti-disestablishmentarianism. I just don't do it in my everyday life because it's...
Okay, I've never heard that one before.
What is anti pardon?
Anti-disestablishmentarianism. It's actually a double negative. So anti-dis cancels each other out, so you're an establishmentarianism in that it's the ideology of promoting businesses, corporations and whatnot, establishment. You know, if you break it down to smaller words, it's usually easier to work out what it means. But yeah, I can use big words like that. I just choose not to because what that does is it confounds what I'm trying to say and makes it harder to understand. And at the end of the day, I want a lot of people to hear what I have to say, and I don't want to seem like an intellectual asshole.
Typically, if you can just say something in a simple way, you'll get your point across much better.
Well, yeah,
unless you have to use a complicated term.
Look at all big famous quotes, from anyone, and a lot of them are very simple, and they just get the message or whatever they're trying to say across. and that's why they resonate with other people, because everyone understands what they have to say. It's kind of hard to feel anything for something you don't understand. But yeah, that's my rant on intellectuals or pseudo intellectuals, because they're, in my opinion, they're fucking assholes for doing that.
They're just distasteful.
So shall we move on to the next thing?
What is the next thing?
Ooh, well, I have a gift for you. The gift of Sam Biddle of Gorka.
Oh.
And his latest hit piece, The Psychopaths of GG. Or specifically, was it Only the Psychopaths Are Left in GG or something? It's
It doesn't really matter either way, I don't think.
What confuses me is he's assuming that Gamergate's getting smaller. As far as I can see, Gamergate's just getting bigger.
How many? Hold on, let me check how many tweets we have thus far.
Well, no, you can't just count tweets. That's a mistake a lot of people make.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mostly you count unique IP addresses visiting the Gamergate page and posting there, because most of the time aggros don't post there. And also you can check. Also, you can check Twitter, obviously. That's another thing you can do.
The thing is two things, or maybe three. I don't know. One is definitely Gamergate is growing. That's that's something that you need to keep in mind behind. It's not growing. It's not growing as visibly strongly as it would otherwise, because it is also spreading. It's not just on the Twitter anymore. It's everywhere.
Yes, and also not every supporter of Gamergate posts. Remember that. A lot of people don't.
It's gone everywhere, and it's gotten active everywhere now. Facebook, Facebook, 8chan, Twitter, Tumblr, and there is an OP to spread it to MySpace now too. Real life.
MySpace, really?
Yes.
Did you hear about the Federal Trade Commission thing? It was investigating. Oh, I can't remember what it was specifically about. It was
of that,
but they're basically looking into. It might have been the Indie Games Festival thing. I think that's what. It might have been that.
Wouldn't wonder if that's the case. Wouldn't wonder now, because now they have the legal possibilities for it. They probably knew about it before, since Gamergate uncovered that before. It wasn't legal to launch videos that out it.
I found it
now, and you can't. If you run an investigation, even if you're a state institution, for most state institutions that counts. It doesn't count, for instance, for FBI and CIA. As most institutions, you can't make a legal case, if you make it with evidence that you gained illegally. And some of the information that was used for the some of the information on the two indie game competitions was obtained from the Polytron hack.
Which,
and yet some people say that doesn't count because it's a hack or something.
For instance, if you're investigating a murder and on the suspect, you steal the suspect's cell phone and there's messages going to a hitman, you still can't make a case because you stole the cell phone.
Yeah, but we're not in court, so that doesn't really matter.
Yes, but if the FTC now has the necessary means to investigate, now they are allowed to.
And we should keep an eye on exactly what the FTC found, because it might be juicy. Who knows? But yeah, it seems for someone who apparently does not care about Gamergate, Sam Biddle showed us right about us a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's just clickbait. But quick PSA to everyone: email the charity Save the Children, because they are advertising on Gorka, and
they are.
Yeah, email the charity. Donate if you want. If you don't, whatever. that's up to you. But
No,
email
don't
them
donate. Don't donate to a charity that advertises on Gawker.
or offer to donate if they stop advertising. Boom.
Yeah, that seems like good.
I guess that's
That
okay,
seems like a
yes.
good thing.
Yeah. All right. I think that's a decent way to, and a decent incentive as well. Like, I'd love to
Because-
donate to you, but I can't because you're promoting yourself on a
You promote Sam
website that promotes
Bigot,
bullying.
Biddle.
Yeah, that promotes Sam
Sometimes
Biddle,
accidentally
promotes
called.
bullying, which is not okay.
Sometimes
Uh,
accidentally call Sam
yes.
Biddle Sam Bigot. Sorry.
Oh,
I
it's
gue-
Sam
I
Biddle,
guess.
yeah.
If
One time I was
if they
writing
don't
out a
bully,
tweet. One time I was
Sam
writing
Biddle.
out a tweet and I realized I said Sam Bigot instead of Sam Biddle. Like I caught that and I was like, oh, oops. I
Bit of
one
guess.
a-
day if Sam Biddle stirs up shit unnecessarily, one day we're going to use that as a hashtag.
Oh yes,
Sam
definitely.
Bigot.
we should.
Um,
Okay. Well,
but yes, if they don't pull the ads for too long, we might as well just do a little campaign called Save the Gawker or something like that, showing what this supposed charity is advertising on.
You
or
remember
no,
the
just call it bully the children. And
Bully the
Oh,
children. That's
bully
even
the
better.
but you know the Intel thing, like where Intel teamed up with Feminist Frequency, and then people put Intel's logo on tweets made by Macintosh. We could do the
Yes.
same thing.
Yeah, I think
Raising-
that's fantastic.
Rising
Get
awareness.
Docker articles and put the Save the Children thing on there.
We need to bully nerds more. Save the children.
Bully the children. Yes, that's a good name for it.
Hashtag bully the children. Start it, guys.
Oh god.
Gamergate now
This is a great
supports
idea.
bullying. Sorry.
In before, yes. In before Gamergate supports bullying.
Yeah. Let's move on from Sam. Let's leave Sam Biddle now because I dare say he's not going to leave us, but whatever. And move on to a topic that we did cover in the last podcast, but more things have happened. Specifically, the banning of people on Wikipedia.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yes. Now, recently, a big name's been banned. That being Ryu Long. Apparently, very notorious.
I think we covered that last time.
We covered them being banned, but this specifically Ryu Long is what I wanted to talk about because he was apparently one of the bigger people involved in the Gamergate Wikipedia page and censoring all the edits and whatnot. Now, according to the peoples that I've heard from, Ryu Long is still editing on Wikipedia, but through other editors. So he's asking other editors to change things on Wikipedia. So I just wanted to quickly let people know that yes, the shitty editing is still going on. So what we said previously about them banning people, yes, that is happening, but they are still getting through. So we just need to push a little bit harder for Wikipedia.
I warned you before about specifically Hypocrite, and probably there's others too, that just act as proxies for him.
Well, yeah, that's what they're doing. They're basically just listening to Ryu Long, doing what he says. Now,
So we've hardly crippled him.
This is rumor. What I'm saying here, we don't know for sure, so we don't have any evidence to support the claim. But it's rumors. We need to keep an eye on it and maybe push Wikipedia a little bit harder to get these people completely out of Wikipedia, and also get any radicals on our side out of Wikipedia, because we don't want radicals representing us. So, maybe
Neutrals
get them
would be
out
the
there.
best. Neutrals.
Yes, neutrals. If you want to get fucking Boogie on editing Wikipedia, or people like him, great.
I'd even recommend. I'd recommend against pro Gamergaters and Gamergate related articles simply because they're pro Gamergator.
You don't.
And not
You
neutral.
don't.
Bias. It's
You didn't.
conflict of interest.
You didn't watch event status, did you?
What's that? I didn't watch
Event
that.
status? Event status? That YouTuber? That,
No.
or as he
No.
ironically calls himself in one point, the angry black man. because he's black and he's always angry in his videos.
The angry black man,
Well,
even before Gamergate.
I guess that would be fairly accurate.
But probably in this one case, it is fairly accurate. But the thing is, it just has this slightly dismissive tone to it. but it is kind of accurate with him. But he does a lot of he does videos with really truth bombs, filled with truth bombs, and some of it is, well, actually all of it is really big. And he also dug up that certain indicators that Boogie isn't neutral, at least not anymore. He's just pretending to be usual.
Which way is
well, he seems to be awfully friendly with Anita Sarkeesian.
Oh dear.
And certain other things are there too. Just watch his videos.
I hope.
Okay.
I hope Boogie's with us because I don't know. I like Boogie. He seems like a genuine guy.
I'd say he's a spineless guy.
Well, if he's throwing his way in with aggros, we need to ask ourselves exactly what kind of pressure he's been put under. We can't assume someone is spineless unless we know for a fact that nothing's gone on. Yeah, I hope he's with us. If he's not, that sucks.
That would have been bad.
But well, yeah, never mind. So from that, yeah, just to clarify what we're saying, yes, neutrals editing the Gamergate wiki page. Personally, I know I'd be okay with that, and I'm pretty sure a majority of Gamergate would be okay with that too. So now we move on to the Christian Allen email exchange that he had with a reporter.
Oh, right.
Very
I forgot about that.
Very unusual.
I think I heard a little bit about that.
So Christian Allen, pro Gamergator. As far as I'm aware, he was emailed by the reporter? Question mark.
I think he made contact because the reporter implied that he is not interested in Christian Allen.
Ah, yes.
The reporter really wrote he wanted people. He didn't want any people from outside. He wants specifically people who are involved in. Oh wait, no, that's not how he put it. How did he say?
I've got the actual email here. I'm going to read the email out. This is the email that was sent to Christian Allen from the reporter. Quote: "Good to hear, Christian. Odd as it may seem to say, we are looking for folks who participate in Chan stuff, doxing, swatting, etc. Chan stuff. We spoke with someone who has been targeted for the story, and we're trying to show the other side of this. We're looking for folks, if any want to speak about it, who condone and support these actions. I know it may be a tall order, but I'm trying at least. Besides all of this, any interesting projects coming up, checked out your site, yada yada yada." Well, if you're looking for someone who supports and condones doxing and swatting, might I recommend talking to Adam Sessler or Rebecca Watson and asking them about their policies on doxing. You may find better reception from them than you will from, I don't know, pretty much anyone in Gamergate. I
was really just about to make a about to make a meme picture, really, not just on that, not sure if really misinformed or deliberately intellectually dishonest.
Not sure if misinformed or trolling. Yeah, no, it's some BS. And the weird thing was, I'm leaning towards misinformed, given the fact that this was a private email. If they wanted to make a big deal about Gamergates, about doxing and swatting and whatnot,
they probably would have written an open letter.
Yeah,
something,
they would have made it public.
Tweeted.
Christian Allen is the one that made this email public, not the reporter. So I would lean towards misinformed.
Hmm.
But we should pull him up on it because that's some douchey things to say.
Yeah,
Uh, mm.
definitely not inexcusable just because you didn't know something.
Well, it's not excusable because he's a reporter. It's his job. You know,
Oh, well, yeah. When you
he's
put
Knowing
it like
stuff is his
that,
job, yes.
he's meant to do the research and find out stuff. If you're not doing your job, then yeah, we should have a right to call you out on your bullshit. But be gentle, correct him, but don't insult him. That's what I would say.
don't be a jerk about it.
Basically, just swamp him with logic.
It's that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds good.
yeah, just swamp him with logic. Okay.
Until he's like, okay, I get it, I was wrong.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're
Sea
talking about
lining, I believe
Storm.
they call it on the aggro side. Sea lining.
Sea lining, okay.
I think that's what they call it when you ask somebody a question. It's a form of harassment now. I got
Oh,
told off fucking the other day for asking someone a question. I actually
well,
got
that
told off
explains.
for asking somebody a
Go on.
question. And I'll happily quote the question that I asked. You know, it wasn't horrible. It wasn't, harassment, at least as far as I'm concerned. But or the person I was asking it to. But yeah, apparently questions now harassment. So please stop asking
That's
questions,
pretty
everybody.
hypocritical,
Don't ask
considering
questions.
the questions for men hashtag
Oh
and all the
yeah,
loaded questions they ask in general.
questions for men. Hashtag. So how many women do you rape in a day? Hmm. Jesus Christ.
This
Yeah.
is
It's
this is
just,
really. Did you watch the Sagan stream today?
I
No,
was
not yet.
gonna, but
I
I'm
I
think
was going to.
they make that they really hit the nail on the head with that. You know, it's really just
his conversation.
this is a bit of a feminist thing. Really, it doesn't have much to do with Gamergate. It's really just
Yes.
this cartoonish dystopia where all men are about to rape all women at all times.
Well,
From which they make stuff like this hashtag.
I mean, well, yeah.
It's
It's
ridiculous.
it's a bunch of loaded questions, and it's like that study they did a while ago where they asked men, is it okay to sleep with a woman if she'd taken a drink? And there was like a series of it was like pick the answer sort of question, and there was a series of answers, and it was like no, never, it's never okay. Yes, if she was my girlfriend and she'd been flirting with me all night, and it sort of like got progressively more rapey, and then they confounded all the answers into it was something ridiculous like 1 out of 4 men think it's okay to rape a woman if they can get away with it. It was like no, that's not
That
what the study
no,
said at all.
that's not. That's not even what you were asking.
Exactly.
It
It,
was about
it,
drinking.
it's the loaded question, and that's a perfect example of it. You're asking one question and you are expecting it. You're using that answer for a completely different question.
Out of context, incredibly out of context.
Incredible. Yeah. It irritated me to no end when I saw that happening. Um,
Yes, but that's just not really Gamergate related.
it isn't. It's just something that Gamergators also, or anti-Gamergators also do. They will use the answer to one question to answer a completely different question, and it's just something you should be aware of. That was the first example that came to my head.
Mm.
So we'll move on to a strange piece of news that I wasn't 100% sure what to make of. So Christ-Centered Gamer is a website I came across recently. It's a
Yeah.
religious-based gaming review website. Now, have either of you heard of this website?
Oh,
Which one? Which one?
I tweeted at the
Christ-Centered Gamer.
Oh,
owner.
Christ Center.
I think I tweeted at the owner of the Twitter page he has, and I was asking him, is it still blocked on Steam, like the links and whatnot?
Hmm.
Because
But they
apparently the links were blocked on Steam for some reason.
I've recently found their website, and I was looking through it, and what confuses me is they have an ethics policy, and they have a fucking awesome ethics policy that works.
Really?
Yeah, no, seriously, 10 out of 10. Great ethics
Wow.
policy. Like, I was confused as well. It's like, wait a minute, what?
I looked
Yeah,
at
they-
the
they-
Steam curator page and I was like, this doesn't really seem that religiously based, to be honest. It looked like a fairly good review page. Very objective.
They do solid reviews. When they review things, they split it up. They give scores, which is something I'm usually not a fan of, but they split it
Yeah.
up into two categories. They split it up into one which is like gameplay wise, is the game good? And then they split it into morality. How is this morally? And I'm just like,
Wow.
that's a great way to do it. If Polygon wants to do that, then I'd be okay with that. You know,
Yes,
I've
but-
I've
Did they
wanted
do a
Poly-
review on GTA?
If all these sites, Polygon, Ars Technica, Kotaku, if they all did it that way, you know, if they split up their reviews in how good is the game and how strongly does it represent my ideology.
Yeah.
If they did that, Gamergate would never have happened.
No,
Yeah.
I honestly would not have an issue, and I would probably ignore the second score, but I wouldn't have an issue. Like, awesome, cool, 10 out of 10. That's yeah, Christ-centered gamer, 10 out of 10 for ethics. I mean, I disagree with you on pretty much anything religious based, but your ethics policies kick ass.
I don't know. I don't know why that's happening. Who pushed for this anyway?
No, as far as I was aware, they just did this. Like, no one pushed for it. Apparently, they've been doing ethical reviews for ages, and
No. I
Same
mean,
for
who pushed
TechRaptor.
for Christ-centered gamer to be blocked off Steam sites?
No,
Oh,
I
I
mean
have
like
no idea.
no,
The flag
for some
campaign.
reason their links were blocked on Steam, and they didn't know why. And I asked them, are they still blocked? And they were like, I don't know.
oh, might want to. I want to ask about that.
Christ-centered gamer blocked and flagged as malicious? Even Christ-centered gamer.org is flagged. What gives?
Oh, is
Yeah,
it
that-
flagged for
that
you
kind of
right
thing.
now? Is it flagged for you right now?
I have no idea.
Uh,
Where do I see that?
Oh, a sec.
You like if you message someone, it would be like flagged as malicious.
Malicious.
Malicious, sorry.
Yeah, no
Your
worries.
message is the one. You mean like right now? Test.
Wait, message you. What was just like a link to the site or something? Would that
Fine,
work?
Yeah,
Yeah,
on
just
Steam.
a link to it.
If you message them
On
on
Steam.
Steam, if they've been
Sure.
flagged, that means there must have been a flagging campaign, similarly to Thunderfoot with Anita Sarkeesian.
I don't think I'm
That would
friends
mean
with you on Steam actually. Yeah, which is a shame. I don't know if I want to be friends with you. I don't think we're ready for that stage in our relationship. Just
that's in a relationship, of course.
I
That's
have
okay
people
now.
on my
Now,
friends
how do I
list that I
find-
don't even talk to.
How do I find Christ-centered gamer in Steam?
well, here's the thing.
They have a curator page.
Oh, do
I
they?
think. I'm pretty sure they do.
That'll make things.
Let me look for it. It's somewhere around here.
We're doing this live, folks. We're doing research.
Yes.
Steam.
Because I didn't know that, and I need to
Because
verify.
I'm fairly
But
certain
if,
I went on their
if
Steam page.
Aggro launched a flagging campaign on Christ-centered gamer, okay, one of the reasons is of course a lot of them are social justice warriors, and these have a very emotionally laden contempt for Christians.
Okay, I don't know. I guess I'm wrong. I don't see it on there.
Oh wait, no, I found it. Christ-centered gamer. I
Oh.
found the curators page.
I couldn't find it. But yet
I
I
found
could
it.
find the Jim Sterling page.
Yeah, well.
Ah,
And,
so it's among the curators, okay. And
Yeah, Yeah, I found it here. Yeah, it's not flagged
can't
as
find it.
like malicious or anything for me. I can follow it just the same as any others.
I can't find it on here.
because they never really vocally chimed into Gamergate, so I don't understand why
Not really.
anyone would be going after them.
No, I don't know either.
What's the point?
It looks like
I
when
mean,
you
even
were
I'm
looking,
an atheist and I don't care.
Well, it looks like when you were looking, they might have been having some technical issues or something, because, I mean, I can get onto it fine now. Make sure, by the way, when you're searching for it, you're not searching in recommended curators, because I made that mistake just now.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Yeah. You gotta look for, like,
That-
through top curators, I believe it is, and then...
For some reason, for some reason, Total Biscuit wasn't in the recommended curators, and I don't know why.
Well, if you're already
Oh,
following
Vinehouse
him...
has a curator page.
If you're already following him, I don't think that you...
I'm not. I don't follow curators.
Oh. Well, I
just
guess
buy
you know.
whatever.
I follow some curators because I don't know. I like new games. Okay, shall we move on from Price Center Gamer? Quick notes. If any of you want written reviews, check out them. Just check them out. No guarantee you'll like them, but you might want to have a look into them nevertheless. Okay, we'll go on to the latest and greatest hashtag that has been trended by Gamergate, and that is Pizzagate.
Oh, that one. Yes, I love that one.
It's about
It's about
ethics in
pineapple pizza.
It's about ethics in pineapple toppings.
You know what's funny?
Fantastic.
My favorite pizza is pineapple pizza. That's my absolute favorite.
You sick crustist.
I always thought the pineapples would stand for women and minorities in Pizzagate.
I've been eating pineapple pizza for years now.
Hashtag not your
amazing.
slice.
Not your slice. Because the thing is with Pizzagate, the serious thing about Pizzagate is Pizzagate was for at least for a short time capable of owning. I mean, not owning. I mean, out hashtagging the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, no, it
Wait,
outdid
really?
the Super Bowl. It really did outdo the Super Bowl on the day of the Super Bowl. Like
If this was a
that
private,
big.
if Gamergate was an organization, people would pay us money for something.
Yeah, apparently there's PR companies right now that are just losing their shit. Like, how do we harness Gamergate?
If Gamergate was an organization, we'd be making millions.
Oh no,
Oh,
it
yeah.
would
Just
be
from hashtagging.
So,
But money isn't our goal, so yeah.
well, maybe not you, but I'm a shameless shell. I'm doing this all for the money. But yeah,
Oh, well,
Pizzagate.
good for you.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, Pizzagate trended, and no word of a lie here. Gamer Gazi thought it was about harassment, as per fucking usual.
This is just so stupid you can't make it up. You just can't make it up.
I know, it was so dumb. Pizzagate is specifically, for those of you who are unaware and have been living under a rock, Pizzagate is basically Gamergate blowing off steam.
With pizza.
And with pizza.
It's really the thing is with
Now I want a
Pizzagate
pizza.
is Gamergate had been trending for so long, and the thing is Twitter seems to have this system in which if a topic trends for a certain time or a hashtag, then they automatically render it invisible from then on in. And that happened to Gamergate. If it's not artificial, so they just took a different.
It just happened.
Yeah,
So
we
they just started speaking
invented a different
in
hashtag.
metaphor.
And a lot of the
I imagine a bunch of Gamergaters around a whiteboard, and they were like, okay, so we need to invent a hashtag that we can get onto the trending for Gamergate.
and
then
some guy
someone's
was
just eating
eating
pizza. And he just comes back eating pizza, and they're like,
Fuck it,
that's
that'll do.
it. Pizzagate.
That'll do. Yeah, a lot of people on Pizzagate were parodying actual Gamergate discussions and parodying aggros, but using pizza metaphors instead.
Yeah.
Fucking those of you who were saying like pepperoni king is my gender, fucking hats off to you guys. It was brilliant. Made my
Even-
day.
I didn't see those.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
Adam Baldwin came back to chime in on Pizzagate.
Oh yeah, no. Like everyone was talking about Pizzagate. I believe one of the
Thank
big
you, Adam.
guys from Wikipedia also chimed in and started.
Jimmy Wales.
making fun
Yeah,
of it.
I have the tweet. My personal views on pineapple pizza are not important. I only care that Wikipedia describes the facts.
Yeah, exactly. It was pretty damn fucking funny. And
I just lost it at pineapple. That's when I lost it.
yeah, I think most people just had no idea what was fucking going on. I know I didn't. I logged on and all of a sudden everyone was ranting about pepperoni and pineapple, and I was like, "What's going on? What's happened?"
It's below the surface. It's really Gamergate thumping its chest. That's what it really is.
Oh yeah. It's
Or
just
perhaps Gamergate's always been about pizza, and we just haven't realized it.
it's collusion. I tells you, it's collusion.
Between tomato and pasta.
Yeah, you see the dominoes are now falling. No one's gonna
Like Domino's as in Domino's Pizza, or like
Domino's
the actual Domino's?
pizza.
I have a Domino's Pizza
Sorry.
right outside my neighborhood. I could literally walk over there, buy a pizza, and then come back for pizza.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you do it ethically, pizza gets behind you.
Oh, yeah, I gotta make sure it's ethic.
Yeah, make sure you do that. You horrible crustist asshole. You know. Alright, now we move on to the last piece of news. Which I don't know, I have mixed feelings about. I know I was talking to you before about it, and that's the Gorka Mein Kampf prank, I guess.
God.
I don't know how to feel about that. So on the one hand, I think it's a funny as hell joke.
It's funny, but like, come on, Gawker, you're just giving us more ammo.
Yeah, I feel
You're
like
giving us more reasons to call you out.
I feel like it's not okay, and the reason I don't think it's okay is because it's a company. They're meant to be professional.
Yes, it's a company. That's the big thing. If it was 4chan,
Yeah, if it was some fucker on
I
4chan, I'd
find
probably
it
laugh.
way funnier.
If it was some fucker on 4chan, I'd probably laugh. If it was, I don't know,
Yeah.
if it was something other than a large company that's meant to be journalists, I probably would find it funny.
If
But-
it was just if any company, just on a general, just generally company, not a good idea. If you're a journal company, like journalism,
Yeah.
that's a pretty bad idea. If you're Gawker, then just you've gone insane.
Well, no, if you're Gawker, then it's a great idea, apparently, and that's what
Oh,
the fuck
well.
did it.
Permission.
For Gawker, it's a good idea on the outside. For an outsider,
For anyone else looking
Yes,
in,
no.
it's like looking into the madhouse right now.
Permission to put on the tinfoil hat.
Permission
yes,
granted, sir. Aye.
Okay. So I don't know how to feel about it because I really find it just completely unprofessional, and because essentially what it is Gorka, or who knows, Nick Denton, deliberately for some reason giving us ammunition. And I don't know how to feel about it because I have a suspicion that this is not something where this is not just about making a clickbait article, because until now they've only made one article, and and it's really they're handing us ammunition. Why are they handing us ammunition? And then I'll just come to think they're about to enter the stock market, right? So they need to get him some extra revenue so that they can boost their dividends, so that they can then sell the stocks at a higher price. And I just say my guess is that this is them using stocks, selling stocks as a replacement for getting credits, which they're probably not getting because no half-brained banker is going to give them any money.
oh, did we play right into their hands?
By in that, if I'm correct, then in the short run, yes, we are, and in the long run, no, we aren't.
In the short term, we're giving them coverage. In the long term, they're getting desperate.
Oh,
In
yeah,
the- in
definitely.
the short term, they're getting some extra clicks because it stirs up shit, and in the long term, this is something that's going to stick to them. This is something that the emails are going to contain. This is something that the information is going to be spread about. This is something that the internet doesn't forget.
Definitely.
Oh, in fact, actually, yeah, perfect. Everyone who's emailing Save the Children, fucking mention that. Put in that they quoted.
But they've already
Mike-
lost 7 figures within a matter of months.
Well, let's see if we can make them lose 8.
Their budget, they said their budget was 14 million for this year. They've lost at least 8% of that budget.
Damn. That's a lot of money. But yeah, we need to get Save the Children off there. In my opinion, I've a big deal with that charity being on there.
Yeah, that
Especially just
troubles
to
me.
promote bullying and stuff. So yeah, put in the Mein Kampf stuff. Put
And
them into emails.
because in the long run, on one hand, they're going to lose people over this. This is not something. This is something highly unprofessional. People who want
Yes.
to give a professional air are going to go, and they're tricking companies into quoting Mein Kampf. Sooner or later, there's going to be some Jewish foundation that's going to be looking into this and seeing what they can do.
Paul was right again. You know, those Paul were right
No, especially
articles
with-
and they link Jewish people to companies.
Especially
That kind
with Jonathan McIntosh being on their side, on the same side as Gawker and so on.
Oh, definitely.
And come on, you can't tell me they're not making themselves Coca-Cola an enemy.
Oh no, Coca-Cola
Oh,
is
definitely.
probably fucking pissed.
They trolled Coca-Cola, bragged about it, and then in their article bragging about it, painted Coca-Cola as some sort of white supremacist collective.
No, Coca-Cola are gonna be pissed, and Coca-Cola have a lot of money and a lot
They
of
were
power.
mad.
Like,
The CEO was really mad at himself for not being able to deal with trolls. He literally called Gawker trolls. He didn't even refer to them as a company, just as trolls.
At this point, he's right, isn't he?
yeah, he really
Yeah,
he hitting the nail on the head there. They really are
You
trolls.
can't really
Did you-
call them a company
Did you read
anymore.
the article? Did you read the article?
The
What article?
which the Coca-Cola one or
Yes, the Coca-Cola one, the archived article. Wait a minute, where do I have it? Make Hitler happy. There it is.
Oh god.
So
Ah.
here, this is the archived link.
those of you watching, this is archived. They are not getting any ad revenue off this, so I'd recommend you
Yeah.
if you want to read it, look at the archive as well.
It's good.
Also, there's a
It's good for
Chrome
make-
plugin you can get. There's a Chrome plugin you can get, a Gamergate Chrome plugin, FYI,
Really?
which I use. Yeah, it's a Gamergate Chrome plugin which I use, and it automatically, if you click on a Gawker link or you click on a Kotaku link, it automatically goes to the archive version. So, would recommend you use that.
And
Huh.
if you read that article, they're really, where is it? Supremacists. No. Where did they write it? They wrote. They did write that Coca-Cola was some sort of racist group. Where
Yeah.
was each? It's in this article, I know, but I'm looking for it right now.
Wow, he said that. Oops, sorry. The Max Reed guy
Is
who made
Coca-Cola
the,
a white
made the-
nationalist organization?
He said while Gawker strenuously disagrees with Coke's own clearly stated desire to secure the existence of our people and the future for white children, we are more disappointed to learn that the corporation does not have the strength of its own white nationalist convictions. Happiness has
White
been destroyed for now.
Okay. White nationalists, yes.
I think it's just white.
So, yeah, basically they're calling them white supremacists.
White nationalists. Okay, I
For-
got that wrong. But
Or
yes.
tweeting out something like, what? Okay, why are they calling them white supremacists? Like, is it for the things that they tweeted to them to make them tweet out, or
I think
for
it's
the
because-
charity thing?
I'm presuming it's tinfoil hat. They're wearing the tinfoil hat now, and they feel that. I don't know.
I can't follow Gawker logic. It makes no sense.
I don't think even Gawker follows Gawker logic. Honestly, I think it's just every now and again they every now and again they just sort of throw a dictionary, and whoever it lands on, they're now the minority, and everyone else should be attacked in some way.
If I read the
They
article
eat the
correctly-
dictionary, then they vomit up the pages, and they make an argument out of that.
If I read the article correctly, he refers to a specific tweet from the Coca-Cola Twitter. But I can't find
Yeah,
the tweet,
he,
so... But
You
I
can't
can't
find it on
find the
Twitter. You
tweet.
can't find it in the archive.
Well, it's a Twitter, and I can't find the tweet.
They
Uh,
they deleted all the shit afterwards. They deleted all the tweets afterwards after they found out. That might be why you can't find it.
Yeah.
I know Coca-Cola basically went full damage control after this came out that it was Mein Kampf.
Hmm.
No,
Which-
either way, I guess it's the white. If assuming that tweet ever existed, it's probably the white in the tweet. You know, we must secure the existence of our people and a future for white children.
Hmm.
That seems reasonable.
Very,
I mean,
very
plenty
unprofessional.
of white people are poor.
A lot.
Yes, but we should be saying we need to secure a future for our poor people, not our white people.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you know?
that's a little bit like if you said we need to
Bringing
secure our
race-
future for our black people, our Asian people, all that just doesn't sound right.
Yeah, we secure a future for our people, regardless of.
But it's
Just-
the same kinds of people who say this kind of tweet is not okay, but Black Lives Matter is okay. You know, being
Yeah.
against all lives matter is okay, but being for this is not okay. It's just somehow to pick a standard and stick with it. Don't change it depending on the case.
Well,
Yeah,
they always
definitely.
judge things on a case-by-case basis, which means that a lot of the time they end up coming out with hypocritical bullshit.
Oh, I see that all the time.
Yeah, it sucks. It really does.
It makes
The
my
only
head
thing we
hurt.
can do is. Oh yeah, no, it it irritates me to no end. I'm one of those people who, if you even are the slightest bit of a hypocrite, I will call you out on your shit at all times.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay,
I'm the same way.
so that's the last topic I actually have. Unless you guys have anything else you want to talk about, anything you want to shamelessly shill or anything.
For one, there was something that was in the rumor mill, and it was becoming a thing for us for a while. There is constantly this thing in the air that Kotaku in Action might shut down, and and if they do, they're gonna have an exodus over to 8chan.
Oh wait, so Kotaku in Action might get actually shut down.
Who knows? But the thing is,
You know
they're
why?
already being segregated. You know, it's forbidden to post links into links to Kotaku in Action from other R's, which includes
Really?
the game and gamer subreddit.
Really?
And
The
and,
gamer subreddit might just as well be called Gamergazi.
the part of the probable reasons why is for instance that the founder of Reddit is also a venture capitalist on, I think it's Destructoid. Was either Destructoid
Oh.
or GameRanks.
Ah,
Oh, dear.
okay. Well, if that happens, we know why it's happened. But rumors
And some
in the rumor mill.
some other leading people are the same kind, the specific kind of people who are convinced that we should spread the quote unquote right kind of bigotry, and as a justification that same one said that we'd have a point in not spreading the right kind of bigotry if there were more non-white people in the U.S. Parliament. You know.
If people don't want to run for the Congress, then well, who cares?
Just, but this. Sometimes I think maybe this is what they're thinking. Maybe what these kind of people are thinking is that if you just discriminate against white people long enough, then there will be less white people that are successful.
No, I don't.
Well, it does seem like something they buy. It does seem like something they would buy, like that sort of ideology of bully them and then they will not be in power anymore. But the problem is they're bullying people that are in power and being racist about it. It's not going to get them very
really
far.
Makes sense.
If you want to, quick tip, if you want to take down sort of, I don't know, the white supremacy or a majority, the idea that a majority of people in power are white, the best way to do that is 1, be black, and 2, get into a position of power. Done. Now you're a black
There you
person in a
go.
position of power.
Bomb. Done.
Well, yes,
Problem
but I
solved.
think it's partly the Marxism seeping through. You know,
Yeah.
they think
It's not
if we
anyone's
bully
fault.
if we bully
It's not anyone's fault
random
that
white people.
It's not anyone's fault that the Industrial Revolution happened in Europe. It could have easily happened in China, but it just didn't.
You know, it's what I mean is they somehow think that that bullying random white people is somehow going to improve black representation in fields.
No, all it's going to
just
do is
doesn't.
make. All it's going to do is it's going to create hostilities between the races. And if as a white person, you're constantly told that you're a piece of shit because you're white and only black people matter, you're eventually going to grow up to, I don't know, hate black people and be racist.
Yeah,
they're making
exactly.
racists by doing. It's not a good
some of the
idea.
same thing.
They are actively doing.
That's
They're
part
actively
of
doing
why
the
Not Your
opposite.
Shield is something I think needs a counterpart in all fields.
Yes.
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 Because without Not Your Shield, these kinds of people are really doing is they're bullying people in the name of women and minorities.
And then the women and
Yeah.
minorities
You can
don't
see
actually have a voice.
similar things in feminism where they'll say, "Oh, there's not as many people on technology because because men don't want them there." But there's more women in technology than there are movies and in other forms of media. But you see insane amounts of proportions of women in nursing and teaching and other jobs like that because they want to do those things. They want to nurse, teach. I can't really think of anything. I can't remember the other categories in which it was like
Now,
90% or more were women.
the devil's advocate response to that argument, because I've heard this before, is there's more women in nursing jobs and more men in heavy labor jobs because of social stereotypes, and that's the counter
No,
argument
it's
to it.
biological. It's biological.
Well, yeah, that's the rational argument to it.
The short version is really it's bullshit.
Yes.
It's using failed reasoning to get to a conclusion.
How about this?
Yeah.
If you want to do a job, go do the job. If you don't want to do the job, go do a different job. It's done. It's really quite that simple.
Thing is, if that rumor becomes it started off as a rumor, then it started becoming real, and then it gradually degraded back into just being a rumor. So who knows? But that might happen.
Mm.
That's a thing.
Well,
Then something we haven't covered yet is where is it? No, not Colin Campbell. Where do we have it? The Anti-Defamation League.
Anti-Defamation League?
The Anti-Defamation
Tell me
League?
more.
Anita Sarkeesian?
Oh, is
I
that?
remember-
No, that's not.
You talked
that's not
about
one
it. You
thing.
remember it.
Did I?
She's going to hold a presentation supported by the Anti-Defamation League on is gaming a
schools.
boys' club?
In schools.
Oh, the ADL thing. The ADL thing? Or
Yes.
is that just...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I now. Oh yeah, sorry, mine went. Again, you see,
I
I
didn't know.
read shit like this and my mind blocks it out. It's a self-preservation mechanism.
I didn't know ADL standing for Anti-Defamation League.
I just emotionally blocked it out because it's the smart thing. to
You
do.
sound like you're from Tumblr
But-
when you say emotionally blocked out.
I'm the
Well-
biggest of the tumblers. Sorry, what?
Just an excerpt. To see one of the problems with it. Okay, our experience of the video games activity. Post the statements written below around the classroom using printouts from our experience with gaming statements. And one of those gaming statements that are supposed to be common gaming statements is, I believe video games can perpetuate sexism.
Oh, God.
And
After we've had this discussion over and over again with Jack Thompson and his compatriots, they're coming again with the video games can make you can perpetuate this and that.
Wait, let's
No.
just look at the vocabulary. Abusive, controversy, critique, cyberstalking, dehumanize, exploit, feminism, gamer, harassment, macho, misogyny, objectification, offensive, pernicious, pernicious, I don't know, perpetrator, protagonist, sexism, stalking, stereotype, victimization. I noticed
Why?
that misandry's not on that list.
Sorry, just sorry. Objectification is a theory. Good God, that frustrates me to no end because it's a theory that can be completely torn apart in one question. In one question, you can tear apart that theory. It's a very easy question. All you say is, okay, if I hire you to fix a patient, if I hire you as a doctor to fix a patient, are you a subject or an object? You're neither. You're both, and you're neither at the same time. You're an object because I've hired you to do a job as a tool, but you're a subject because you're acting upon a patient. It doesn't work as a theory. It's too binary. It just frustrates me when people use it so much.
It's it's already in the vocabulary. You're right with that. It's really just it's really feminist buzzwords.
Oh, it really is.
It's teaching kids to use those as vocabulary. God damn that. Perpetrator
Sorry,
victimization?
pain with that one.
Perpetrator victimization? What does that have to do with video games?
Yeah, perpetrator
Yeah,
especially. Victimization has to do with the feminists victimizing themselves, but perpetrator? What?
Well, I mean,
Perpetrator of harassment, I'm presuming they're really gonna twist it or something.
how are you going to use this in relation to actual video games?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, and macho, stalking, cyber stalking, how do you use that? Exploit. How do you use that?
This is Common Core English right all over again.
I think it would be hilarious if the ADL are secretly pro Gamergate, and what happens is they bring all these words in, show them all to the kids, and it's like, yeah, you see these words? These are all bullshit words. Ignore whoever uses these. I hope they do that.
No, I don't think so.
They're not gonna.
No, I don't think so.
I just think.
But,
I just think.
I hate
it's
stuff
Common
funny.
Core.
like victimization. If you think of the word victimization, what's in your head? Is really if you take the word victimization, is what the picture it casts in your head? Is it really that of someone writing a snarky tweet to someone on Twitter?
In my head, it's someone victimizing themselves. I mean,
In my head,
That's
it's someone. If the word victimization, if you ask me, refers to someone, someone attacking someone, something that's probably physical.
Like
But
physically assaulting somebody. Or...
Yes, but this is bullshit. Using emotionally strong words for to perpetuate not false logic, but yes, it is false, but flawed logic.
Oh, it really is.
Flawed logic
really
and
is
fallacious logic.
It really is flawed logic. Like I just showed you there, the idea of objectification can be taken down in one question. And a lot of these theories that they come out with are exactly that. They're theories. They're not fact. They're not truth. They've not been proven.
and yet they act like they're true.
Well, yeah, they flaunt it around as it is, and it's intellectually dishonest.
The last bit of it is really distressing. If you look at the last one, Common Core anchor standards, and then this is the exercise you do in the class. Reading standard 1, read closely to determine blah 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 blah. Produce clear and coherent writing in the 11. Okay, you're forced to read all these aloud, and write
Right.
texts about it, essays about it. And it's stuff like, I have watched other people play video games. Okay, that's not really. I've played video games. It starts off normally. I've played video games. I play video games on a regular basis, at least once a week. I have witnessed sexism in video games. People have said or done sexist things to me through video games interaction. I believe video games can have a negative effect.
Hold on a sec. People have said or done sexist things to me in a video game. Now, if you're a male on that course, how do you do? Well, I'm presuming kill you just because you're a woman constantly in a video game. But what do you do if you're a male playing video games? How? Because we've already established that misandry doesn't exist. I mean, what? according to them, what can happen to a male that's sexist in a video game?
I don't know. I don't go to American schools, so for all I know, men could be forbidden to even talk there. But another thing that could be is you read all these texts of male feminists and how they are in this catatonic state in which they constantly have to remind themselves that they are harmful, violent men, and some of them even openly write about how they hate themselves for that, for being violent and having privilege. And probably you'll have to expect an essay like that from male students in that course.
I've never seen, personally, I've never seen sexism in a game I've played. I've never seen anything like that.
I have, but every time I have, everyone else has just shut it down. Like, you know,
Well,
I was playing a game of Gary's mod the other day, Trouble in Terrorist Town, and one of the people in there was a woman, and some other guy started making nasty comments towards her, like things I would definitely consider sexist. Everyone else in that game shut him down, and then he got banned. Like, he just
did
gets
someone
shut
just
down.
instantly,
It's not a problem.
someone instantly shoot him in the head?
And finally,
Well,
and
eventually.
the last one is I believe video games can perpetuate sexism. You know, it really starts off saying, you know, I play video games, and then it goes all the way downhill to this.
Yeah.
And the sexism that they point out is really just. Did you ever watch The Drunken Peasants? Oh, listen to The Drunken Peasants.
From time to time.
Because
I've
they
never
cover
heard of
this. They cover this guy called the Vigilant Christian, who makes videos on how basically all media are run by the Illuminati to prepare for Satan or the son of Satan to come, and then
Wow.
he has these. He makes these really.
That's a huge leap
it's
from
really.
logic.
It meets feminist frequency standards, but instead of sexism, it's the Satanist Illuminati.
Not really Satanism. Satanists don't worship Satan.
There are those that
Like,
do.
Yeah, but the actual Satanism, they kind of look up to him, like as a, like I guess like as a figure to follow. I guess I don't know, but they don't worship him. That's for certain.
Well, I guess the best way to summarize him is feminist frequency meets Infowars. That's basically it. He does the same thing as Anita Sarkeesian, but from the satanic Illuminati are running everything kind of standpoint. And I even got Jonathan McIntosh to manually block me over suggesting that he should start making collab videos with this guy. And then I posted that I linked him a video of the Vigilant Christian covering The Legend of Zelda.
Oh God. Was Ganondorf the metaphor for Satan?
No, Link is.
Oh,
Link?
wow.
I thought Link would be the what? Why is Link the satanic one?
Right, it's only a 5-minute video now. I watched it once. Somehow that it is made to indoctrinate the people, and that Link is supposed to be the preparation for an artificial Illuminati kicked off hero to come in real life.
Okay, I just
This
this
sounds even stupider than
I haven't played many
the.
Zelda games. I'm gonna openly say
Huh?
I haven't played many Zelda games, but I don't remember
played a few.
Zelda ever sacrificing a goat to the Dark Gods.
You mean Link
don't
or
remember
Zelda?
Or
But
yeah,
this
but-
sounds stupider than Saudi Arabia banning snowmen because it's anti-Islamic.
Well,
They
depending,
did that.
if
They
you
really
make
did
a-
that.
if you make a Muhammad snowman, then it can be
No,
anti-Islamic.
They said snowmen in general,
Oh, okay.
just out the door.
Oh, so it doesn't matter.
And that was the first.
Okay.
That's the first that's probably the first snowstorm that's probably ever been in Saudi Arabia, ever. Northern Saudi Arabia. And they
Huh.
can't even make snowmen.
Can't
And
even make
All thanks to global
sandcastles
warming.
anymore. Yep.
and
Thanks,
the thing
global
is,
warming.
yes, this is basically to me all this Anita Sarkeesian type of this and that in that game is sexism. That really, to me, it's just a left-wing vigilant Christian, really.
Oh yeah. But it's the same thing. It's the same
Yeah.
authoritarian mindset, just with a different ideology behind it.
Yeah. I'm ashamed to be
And
left wing.
the ADL is launching this thing with Anita Sarkeesian, which is basically this, and there is already stuff rolling that we should spread, and I should encourage to spread.
Oh, shameless
think-
plug, yeah.
The link to the thread is in the thing, but better make an archive of it of that too.
Oh yes. Yeah, I'll.
Where do we
I'll set them
have
up.
it? So archive, submit URL. Okay. Then to spread that so that when the thread sages that we still have that. Because
hang on,
this is
I'm archiving it
again.
just now.
Okay, good. So
Oh,
that when I put this, because then you can put that in the info bar and that will be there forever. And the thing about it is, it's again, we use Jonathan McIntosh's clear anti-Israeli stance to raise awareness of who is really writing all this this and that is sexist, and you need to learn these and those words
Bigotry.
for it, kinds of stuff.
I'm gonna go ahead and also
Yes.
archive the actual PDF for the education pamphlet thing, just in case they decide to change that, just to keep record of it. So yeah, I think that's all the happenings that have happened over the past week.
There is one happening. One
Oh,
left.
is there one more I've missed?
Linked. One happening that hasn't happened yet, but it might happen very soon. People are finding stuff about a certain Colin Campbell from Polygon who is hiding
Never heard of
something.
Okay, it's loading up for me right now. Bear with
There
me.
are some tweets and
New
posts
Chronicles,
that
chunky
he made that he deleted, and people are digging on that.
Colin Campbell of Polygon is hiding something. Colin Campbell has deleted years' worth of tweets and scrubbed his personal page.
And he did post he did do a thing about Depression Quest. That seems to be gone.
Oh, did he?
And he did. Let's go through the other stuff. Zip 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 zip.
He
zip.
called GTA 5. He said GTA Grand Theft Auto 5's misogyny
Yeah.
is a problem, and its creators must finally address it. Yeah, something else said.
Let me say another one. Colin Campbell. I hear that all the GTA 5 first-person sex scenes shown on the internet end up with the woman being assaulted by the player, deleted from Twitter. I spoke to Space Cat Gal, which should be Anna Wu, about how she is seeking consequences, in quote, for those who threaten and abuse women in gaming. Polygon.com, and it's an article, and it's also deleted.
Here's my full feature on IGN. Well, let's see. A game about suffering. Yes, he wrote a full feature on IGN about Depression Quest. I wonder why why that's gone now.
Can gaming's great
And-
women characters be written by men? Polygon article, and then a picture.
And then there is there seems to be seems to have had something with regarding Phil Fish. That could be a thing as well.
Local fancy dress store is next to a Mongolian restaurant, ideal for chowing dumplings and stew while dressed in full Genghis Khan regalia. Totally not racist. Definitely not. Because
Sounds like
everyone
how you
knows
feel
that
about it.
everyone in Mongolia is descended from Genghis Khan. Of course.
Yeah, just like everyone.
The wisdom
It's the same
The
as
wisdom
everyone
of
in
Campbell
England.
is
Everyone knows that everyone in England is directly related to Boris Johnson.
the prince.
It's known.
Oh, I heard one stereotype about people in England that they're all friends with the prince.
Oh yeah. He's actually downstairs having a curry right now in my house. A developer's guide to surviving famed trolls and themselves. It's got a picture of Phil Fish looking like a knob. Perfect.
A lot of conspiracy related stuff, and something on Phil Fish, and some of it is on IGN. And Polygon, of course, most of it.
Interesting. Knobs are being knobs. Confirmed as. Well, that should be interesting. We need to keep an eye on Colin Campbell. See what happens. See what bullshit is brought up, because there is going to be some bullshit. I mean, you don't start deleting stuff unless you're in full damage control mode.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So there's some bullshit going down, and we need to find out what it is, because we're nosy motherfuckers who hate women. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
okay.
why I live in a household with 2 women.
Yep, that's why I encourage my girlfriend to try and play video games. I got her playing FTL so far, feeling good about that.
I love FTL, but I suck at it.
Well, everyone sucks at FTL. So, yeah, I think that's about everything, really.
Yes.
I think all we have left to say is goodbye to everybody, goodbye to the interwebs, and maybe see you next week. Depends on how much happening.
We're never returning.
Yeah, depends on how hard
I mean, what?
you guys work at finding things. If you guys work hard,
I'm not good at digging.
the internet peoples, if you guys dig harder, there'll be more podcasts because there'll be more happenings and more things for us to talk about. Don't be lazy. Okay.
Okay, so much for that.
Alright. Bye bye, everyone.
Goodbye.